Welcome to the Meadow.
3.5 years ago,
We bought an old 70s house with the idea of fixing it up for our family of 7. My husband and I run an interior design firm in Great Falls, Virginia, just outside of Washington, D.C., where we also rehab and flip houses. We've moved every couple of years as our family has grown, and I've used our homes as my design laboratories, exploring and honing my style, and also using our houses to showcase our design work for potential clients and the various product collections that I design. Each house we've lived in has been an invaluable learning opportunity for our family. As much as we loved the house we had been living in for 5 years, which was a long time for us, the moment we stepped foot into the Meadow, we knew we had to go. It simply called to us. Oh my goodness. Look at our vegetable garden. When I was a little girl, my dad was building a house. My parents had gotten divorced when I was 2 years old and had lived separately, so I spent my school life in Virginia and I spent my summers and vacations in Illinois with my dad. And my dad was building a house as I was growing up, and I remember being on that construction site, playing in the dirt and playing in the mud, walking on the boards and loving the smell of the fresh cut wood. I loved watching the progress and seeing things get done, and I loved moving in and designing my bedroom. In Virginia, my mom moved to a townhouse and she let me help her decorate the entire thing. I remember going to the furniture stores to pick out fabrics for the sofa and the curtains. It was all coordinating chintz, by the way. And my parents giving me this bit of input made me really love and embrace the process of home building and designing homes. Little did I know when I was a kid that I would one day do that for a living, but I know that the reason I love what I do so much now and the reason I was drawn to it is because of those initial childhood experiences. I always say that everything I am doing as an adult now, I can trace back to childhood. I used to make video tours of my dad's house when it was finished. I used to rearrange all of my friends' bedrooms when they needed to pick me up. And I played office and I pretended I had a company and a business and a brand. And so all of those things I used to do as a kid are the things I now get paid to do as an adult. Knowing this, I can't help but wonder what our children are experiencing and what they'll be doing one day based on the experiences they're having now. Aurora, do you like the cross? Peek at everybody through the cross. And then we love Jesus, so that's also the symbol of that. What do you think?
Also, I could pray in front of the cross for school before school.
Yes, you can. That's beautiful. Rory, have you seen your bathroom?
Yeah.
Tell me what you think. Do you love it?
Yes!
Your own shower?
Yes! I even have shampoo, custom.
Still, yeah, so I still have.
and apparently I am still playing in the mud on construction site. It rained, and as I was trying to walk through the mud, my flip-flops came off and got stuck. But I also still get to play with fabrics, and that is still one of my favorite things to do. I'm picking out fabrics for our furniture. We have moved many, many times with all the same furniture, and I love our stuff, but we are selling a lot of our pieces with the house we just sold, and that is because a lot of the stuff doesn't actually physically fit in the new rooms at the Meadow. So I am doing the fastest furniture plan ever to try to get furniture sometime this year. Some of it's not even going to be ready for next year, but that's okay. I'm patient, I can wait. So right now I've picked out all of the pieces and I'm now picking out fabrics. Here are some floor plans that I can show you all. Right now I'm working on the family room, and this has been tricky for me. So you enter the family room here from the kitchen. You're gonna have a pair of chairs here, a big old coffee table here, and then a big chase lounge here. This entire side is a built-in window seat. It'll be, it's a big bench. It'll be like a sofa though. I'm actually having my upholstery company make that. And then over here, there's gonna be a big window and a little movie screen that comes down with a pair of chairs that we can sort of slide out. And this is a rug from our shop, a vintage rug. And so now I'm picking out fabrics for all the upholstery. And if you look here, you can see the palette. It's a very meadowy palette here. A lot of the upholstery is from my collection with Taylor King Furniture. Other pieces are by Verellen, another one of my favorite companies. And I've got my wallpapers that are happening spread out here. And now I'm picking out the furnishings, and I'm just keeping them very earthy, very textural, very neutral. I want to be able to bring in lots of flowers, lots of color from the meadow. Hopefully the meadow flowers will have. And so I am just keeping it really earthy and simple. And it also is all needing to be very durable because 5 kids, 3 dogs, and life in a meadow property, which has lots of dirt, and we'll go back to getting chickens and geese and all of that. So needs to be hard wearing. So I am so excited. I usually get to do this for clients and not really ourselves. So here we go.
My daughter has quite an eye, and she is ruthless when going into a room and letting me know what needs to be fixed. So I really, really trust her and value her input. Our youngest is a little free spirit and reminds me so much of myself on the construction site.
Is this a you grew up in?
I would have loved to have grown up in this.
The like and sync, imagine you're a fairy princess every day.
I would have loved that.
We fell for this property because of how wild it was and because it is just teeming with wildlife. We have our favorite little visitors this evening, our deer and his family, and his baby is just too much. Seeing the deer just run free like this reminds me to let go, and that there is just so much more to life than the day-to-day busyness and work. Connecting with nature recalibrates us and allows us to go out into the world better for it. I find it hard to squeeze the time in my daily life to get out in nature, and so much of the design of this home is based on trying to get us to see the nature and to remind us to go outside and to explore it and to experience it. For example, the sink in the girls' bathroom is actually an old trough that used to be used for animals, and it has lichen growing all over.
So these guys broke the stone up for us, just for you and me.
How are these views looking?
Mom, I have a question.
What do you think of that back patio, guys?
The earth. There was a fence, so we try and see.
The outdoor shower garden that we have built outside of our primary bathroom is probably the biggest sort of natural luxury that we've designed into the house. I am so excited about it. We used to have an outdoor shower off of our bedroom in one of our older houses, and it is an incredible experience to be outside in nature first thing every morning, getting some sunlight on you and hearing the birds and seeing the trees. It's just a really beautiful way to start the day.
This is a splish splash, I was taking a bath.
I can't wait to experience a life more steeped in nature at this place, and I also cannot wait to see what this building experience inspires in our children when they grow up.